Radagon has a very dynamic moveset that integrates new moves into his moveset as he gets to the different lower thresholds of his health. He has two unique event moves that happen at, I believe, 25% and 25% left of his health. And I highly recommend parrying for this fight. It'll help you tee up damage to get you past certain thresholds faster, so that way you can uh, script the fight a little better in your favor. I had enough damage that I could basically know exactly what was going to happen through my certain events, and then by the end of the last one, if I had any damage left into him, it was just a little bit. I had to parry once and then just hit with a light attack. But yeah, I would recommend parrying, specifically in the first phase. His parries are pretty simple. As a general rule, you just kind of react to his quick parry moves, and if he's got a huge delay, just wait until the hammer starts swinging towards you, and that's your parry window. He's very telegraphed. It's pretty easy to parry, I would say. The one thing you gotta watch out for is to make sure that he doesn't use his foot move, which is unparryable and is very quick. That's probably the hardest part about the parries, and which probably why people get turned off to parrying him. But if you get hit by enough, eventually you will learn to avoid it. And he has two follow-ups to that. One of which is just a delayed heavy. You just wait for it and parry it. But the other is a poke attack, which is not parryable. You have to dodge it, and I would just dodge immediately after every foot attack again, just in case, because his delayed attack gives you enough time to whiff a dodge, get in for the parry, and then parry. So it's really, you're not saving yourself anything by not dodging. So you tee up two parries and then get the third when he's about 25%, a little less than 25% down. You want to tee up that damage, get him there, and then go for the parry, and that'll get him to the threshold where he does his stomp move. But you want to push him as far past that as possible before having to deal with this stomp move. And my Sword of Milos here is garbage. I wouldn't recommend using it, but you're gonna have to find a way to deal as much damage with this window of opportunity, because he gets up, he has some iframes as he gets up from the parry post, but he's always going to go for the stop move if you get him past 25% after that. So the way that I do it is I tee up a charged heavy. I have enough time for a charged heavy, a light, and then I immediately jump. You can jump his stomp move, which allows you to get one more jump heavy in before he jumps into the sky. You're going to have to manipulate however your weapons work for the timing on that one, but that's what worked for me. He jumps into the sky. I wait 2 seconds. I count in my head 1, 2, and then I dodge. But you can also see visually his hammer moves a bit before he's about to land the slam on you. I go in for another jump heavy and then a light, because with my DPS, he's always going to go into his second scripted event move, which is the hammer stomp, and I want to clip him with one more damage. But I'm pretty sure you can just safely do it. A lot of you probably aren't going to have the DPS to be able to get him to his hammer slam move. So I recommend teeing up 2 more parries. If you don't have the DPS, just fight him again with his new move set. He might have teleports that are going to be annoying. In his parries, he has 3 follow-up situations after you parry him once. So I recommend parrying, hitting him with a light attack. That's an easy way to get some free damage in. But immediately wait for what his next move is. He has one of 3 things. He can either just reset the engagement, and then just go in for another parryable attack or a kick. He can use a grab attack, which is a great opportunity for damage. You dodge it, you go in for a jump heavy, and then you wait for him to do his next move. Or he can do the lightning spear jump AoE with lingering damage, which is a huge pain to deal with. It pushes you out of the fight and forces you to deal with some of his more ranged abilities. The way that I best dealt with that was I get very close to the perimeter of that, bait him in for attack, and then I move backwards. If you move back far enough, you can have him integrate a new move into his attack, which is the ranged delayed swing, which is very easy to dodge. It's very telegraphable, and you just dodge that, get back into the engagement, get close, and start parrying him again. So, past the point of his stomp, you want to do enough damage that he gets into his hammer while having 2 parries ready. In his hammer slam, he goes into the sky, he's got a delay, and it's a very quick motion. So you basically dodge just right after his hammer becomes perfectly vertical, and then he'll slam. You dodge a bit early on that one because it's so fast. You dodge a secondary one, and then you can go in for a jump heavy there. And then his move next is like another slam, but it has a bit of a lingering damage. So what I do is I unlock, I start rotating around him, and then as soon as he slams, I dodge because the linger will catch you. It's more so than the hammer will. But then you've got his back. You can do 2 jump heavies into his back, and if you don't have the damage to kill him with that, you might get a stagger, which will save you a lot of damage or a lot of fighting him because of the increased damage. But if you don't get a stagger, if you still have health left, that's why you teed up 2 parries. You parry him one more time, but this is the most dangerous part of the fight. He's got so many moves, he's got so many variations, it's chaos. If you're lucky, and if you're close, and if he doesn't do a teleport, or if he doesn't do a AoE lingering stake damage attack, he can be parried, and you just finish him there. Hopefully, with the combination of a parry and then a riposte and the charged attack on your weapon, you should be able to finish him there and get to Elden Beast.